It's Weekend Update with Colin Jost and Michael Che.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Welcome to Weekend Update. I'm Michael Che.
I'm Colin Jost. Well, President Trump traveled to the Middle East this week, and if I were him, I would have just stayed there because it looked awesome. Trump arrived in Saudi Arabia, where he was greeted with a lavender carpet which matched the color of his tie and also the length. They also rolled out a mobile McDonald's truck for President Trump's visit, featuring Saudi Arabia's most popular new burger, the McJournalist.
President Trump, while on his trip, said that Iran has sort of agreed to terms for a nuclear deal in the same way Trump has sort of agreed to uphold the Constitution. Many people in Saudi Arabia were very happy with President Trump's visit to the country because rich Saudis love to fly out thick blondes.
The Democratic National Committee protested President Trump's plans to accept a $400 million luxury jet from Qatar by flying a banner over Mar-a-Lago reading Qatar-a-Lago. It's the kind of hilarious stunt that makes you realize why the Democrats will never win again. Ethical experts are also warning that Trump may owe political favors to countries who give him lavish gifts. But based on the way he left the Middle East, I think I know how Trump is going to pay them back.
President Trump has signed an executive order giving refugee status to white people from South Africa. You know, I could have sworn that white people had it good in South Africa. Must be the Mandela effect. The Trump administration announced that after face-to-face talks with China, it is lowering tariffs from 145% to 30%, which is a little like OJ bragging about taking the knife out.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., whose shirt collar traps all the blood in his head, was criticized for posting pictures of himself swimming in a Washington, D.C. creek despite signs warning it was contaminated with raw sewage. Oh, can you imagine how many parasites are in there, said the creek.
The Department of Homeland Security said they may participate in a new reality show in which immigrants would go through a series of challenges for a chance to become a citizen. It's called The Real Housekeepers of Orange County.
According to a new tell-all book, Biden's inner circle revealed that they were worried the president would need a wheelchair in his second term, especially after they were all done stabbing him in the back. The White House also announced that Vice President J.D. Vance will travel to the Vatican for Pope Leo's inaugural Mass. And I'm not a huge fan of his outfit.
Train engineers went on strike yesterday, completely shutting down New Jersey transit lines into New York, in case you were wondering why the city smelled so nice.
In what counts as good news in 2025, the Menendez brothers have been resentenced for the 1989 murder of their parents after the judge said he did not believe the brothers posed a risk if released, unless someone adopts them.
Oh. No, that's a good point.
Some of them are just points. Not jokes. After several troubling incidents at Newark Liberty International Airport, many people are worried about airplane safety, but one person is more worried about airplane food. Here to comment, you know her, you love her, you got her fined by the FCC. Show some love for Miss Eggy.
JetBlue Flight 721, how we doing, JetBlue?
I'm sorry, Eggo, what is this?
Damn, this plane stank. And they ain't even served the food yet. Flight attendant came around asking me if I want some butternut squash ravioli. More like, butter not offer me that mess till you put some meat in it. Squash that, sucker. Can't even give me a whole can of soda, stingy ass. But wanna hand me a dry ass Biscoff. More like you about to piss a Biscoff. The hell?
I'm sorry, is all of your stand-up about food?
Good God damn! I am starving. Flight attendant saying the only sandwich they got on this plane is a turkey pesto on ciabatta. All I know is this bitch ciabatta lose her life. Sure. That bread was harder than my man when I get out the tub.
Okay.
His name's Maurice, but I call him Trey because he stay in the upright and locked position. Because Miss Eggy done what? That's right, play. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I really don't think this is helpful.
Colin, please, I'm eating. Then she asking, do I want some apple cranberry compote? I'm gonna need a compoter to Google what the hell that is. And y'all went and took peanuts off the plane because everybody wanna have an allergy. If you don't take a Benadryl and shut your gay ass up, the hell?
Ego, this Newark story is serious.
And how about that TSA, huh? Putting on them Papa Smurf gloves thinking they can fill me up just because I got a gun. Because Miss Eggy stay what? That's right. Nah, strapped, y'all.
You were supposed to be talking about Newark Airport.
Colin, I literally am. Listen here. Menopause been making me horny.
Menopause? What?
And let's just say, Miss Eggy don't need no hollandaise sauce, because I already know how to Benedict, okay?
All right. Okay, Ego. Please, Ego, wrap this up, please. Wrap this up.
Conclusion, thank you, JetBlue, for having a bitch. And if we hit turbulence, Colin, just take a Benadryl and what?
Shut your gay ass up.
No.
Enjoy the flight. Miss Eggy, everyone.
Because these men ain't worth a damn.
New research shows that too much sitting could damage your brain, which explains why Stephen Hawking was such a dumbass.
Dick's Sporting Goods announced that it is buying Foot Locker for more than $2 billion and will combine to form Dick Fockers.
A new survey found that the worst litterers in New York City are men from the Bronx and Queens, while women from the Bronx and Queens safely keep all their junk in the trunk.
A driver for Amazon was fired after she was caught on a Ring camera defecating on a porch, said the homeowner, but that's what I ordered.
A new study suggests that people who feel tired all the time could have suffered a mini stroke, which makes sense because I always get sleepy after a stroke, you know. I feel like all my jokes take time.
It was a heartwarming one to end on. You know, tonight is our season finale, and I'm not sure. Your last joke took my breath away. We have a tradition here where Che and I give each other jokes to read at the end of the season.
Yeah, we're making each other read jokes live on air that the other person has never seen before.
But before we start, it's SNL's 50th season, so I want to take a moment to say something to our boss, Lorne Michaels. Lorne, retire, bitch! Let me run the show.
Wow, out the gate, Colin. Well, maybe you should just tell your first joke. How about that?
Oh, I get to do another. Great.
Yeah, tell a joke, man.
CBS has premiered the first hour-long daytime soap opera with a predominantly black cast. It'll air when black people are home from work 24 hours a day. Since you liked that, here's another. CBS has premiered the first half-hour-long daytime soap opera with a predominantly black cast. It's called all my children don't know who their daddy is.
Movie theaters are trying to stop teenagers from screaming and throwing popcorn during the Minecraft scene with the chicken jockey, because some of us are trying to masturbate. But seriously, Minecraft was a great movie. I haven't been that excited since I saw a white woman drink unattended.
That must have been so exciting for you.
I wonder what
Oh man, why? This
could be anything.
it could be nice, yeah. A new study finds that the hoots and grunts of bonobos show signs of complex thoughts similar to human language. Oh, so like that awful halftime show?
You know, before I tell another joke, I want to take this opportunity to apologize to someone I hurt. Scarlett, can you come out here? I don't like this. You know, last time we did Joke Swap, I made Colin do some tasteless jokes comparing your vagina to Costco roast beef.
Yes, I remember that.
Well, the fact is, I was just lashing out because I'm jealous. I've never even seen a human vagina. And notice I said human. Because I once spent the summer on a farm. You feel me? Maybe I'm just embarrassed about my own body. I can't even take my hoodie off during sex because I have more nipples than a pregnant dog.
Yes, I have heard that about you.
And Colin, I'm sorry too, because I owe you everything.
Aww.
When Colin discovered me, I was selling crack outside the Bronx. And now look at me, selling crack outside the American Girl doll store. I've told thousands of jokes on Update and gotten dozens of laughs. But I've never said the three most important words of all: I love you.
That's really sweet, buddy. Love you too.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay. But before I continue, Golden State Warriors head coach Steve Kerr is here with his family. I got to meet his son Nick, and I love Steve. I like Nick. But I wouldn't say I'm a Nick Kerr lover.
Seems besides the point, Colin, but sure.
Some psychologists say adults can reduce stress by returning to a childhood hobby, which is why I returned to my favorite childhood hobby, topping off priests with my pretty little mouth. Speaking of which... Lorne, I'll do anything to run this show. I'm Colin Jost.